I'm standing outside the Doylestown Township Administration Building. Doylestown Township is your local government. We were chartered in 1818 by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and in 2018 we will celebrate our 200th year anniversary. Doylestown Township is governed by 5 supervisors elected at large. I currently serve as the chairman of the board. My name is Barbara Lyons. This building sits just ahead of Central Park on Wells Road. It was built in 1968 when the population of Doylestown Township was just a little over 6,500 people. At that time we employed 7 individuals. We had no parkland, no parks, no trails, no open space, and no police department, and only 13 miles of roads. Today the population approaches 18,000, and the township now provides parks, trails, and recreation programs, maintenance on 76 miles of roads, a 22-person police department, zoning and code enforcement, emergency management, and communication services that provide important information for all of our residents. The administration of all these services takes place in this building just behind me. Hundreds of residents come here every year who have business with this township, and folks who don't live here have business with the township come here. Doylestown Township has grown well over the last 50 years, and this building has served us well, but now it's gotta go. Over the last 3 years, the Board of Supervisors has explored various options, including rehabilitation, renovation, and new construction. Let's go inside and hear from Supervisor Ken Snyder as to why the Board of Supervisors decided to build anew.
Hi, I'm Ken Snyder, one of the township's 5 supervisors, and I serve as the chair of the Facilities Project Committee. As Barb mentioned, the Facilities Project began over 3 years ago, and the Facilities Project team was tasked with evaluating the township's facility problems, identifying what the future needs are, analyzing alternatives to solve those needs, and producing a recommendation back to the Board of Supervisors for the best path forward. The team was made up of members from the administration staff, the police, our architects, Barb Lyons, and myself. After learning the extent of the problems we faced and the difficulties in bringing the current building up to code and providing for future needs, we concluded that continuing to address our facility needs on a piecemeal basis would no longer work. We knew we had to take a more encompassing and holistic approach. After all, we have a duty to our staff and to our residents to provide a safe, secure, welcoming, and efficient environment. There are 3 primary problems with our current facilities: lack of security, lack of space, and faulty and out-of-date infrastructure. The team considered 3 options. The first was focus only on the infrastructure, meaning we would replace the mechanical systems, heating, air conditioning, ventilation, electrical systems, and put on a new roof. Basically, this was just a bare bones approach, had a price tag of $3 million by itself, and only solved one of our problems. Second, we looked at upgrading the mechanical structure plus renovating the existing building or adding on where appropriate. But we learned that this approach was not feasible due to structural deficiencies within the building's foundation and roof structure. Third, we considered a plan in which 2 of our existing public work facilities would be repurposed. We would build a police carport and large evidence storage, build a new park and rec building, and a new administration building. This plan will provide for all current needs and solve the security, space, and infrastructure problems. After considerable discussion, numerous meetings, challenges to various proposals, and much consideration of the cost to the residents, this 3rd option was authorized by the Board of Supervisors at its meeting on December 6, 2016. We take our financial responsibility very seriously. We knew the finance rate for a construction loan would never be lower, so we decided to act. Because the township has had and continues to have a solid financial basis, our bond rating was upgraded during this process, which significantly decreased the cost of borrowing the money to finance the new construction. To help you understand how we reached and acted on this recommendation, let's take a brief look at some of the issues we have with our current administration facility.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Mason, the Township Manager of Doylestown Township. I've been working in this building for over 25 of the building's almost 50 years. As you can see from the aerial view, the building has been remodeled, expanded, and renovated at least 5 times since its dedication in 1968. As you can see, additions to the original structure were done on a piecemeal basis, which has forced us to put staff not where they could be most productive and efficient, but where they could fit. For example, in this reclaimed attic space, not normally used for office purposes. Safety is another great concern, both for our staff and also our residents. As an example, our use of attic space to house our finance and park and recreation staff has left us with marginal exits in the event of an emergency. A second example is found in the close proximity of our administration business entrance and administrative offices to the vehicle repair shop, which permits exhaust and paint fumes and the noise of the shop to flow easily into the office administrative space, affecting visitors and staff. In a third safety example, police operations involving the transport of detainees now occur within close proximity to staff, visitors, and the public tennis courts due to the lack of a secure police entrance and exit. Turning our attention to our aging infrastructure, the piecemeal additions over the years have led to wasted space and left us with inefficient heating, cooling, electrical, and other systems with no good way to replace any portion with an efficient system designed to serve the entire complex. And by now, many of those individual components are tired and in need of replacement. Simply put, the building is no longer capable of providing for the current or future needs of your municipal government and is simply not up to modern safety standards.
So, as you have already heard, the Board of Supervisors concluded that the most cost-effective means to upgrade the township facilities to modern standards is to redo 2 of our public works facilities, build a new administration building on the current site, and construct a new Parks and Recreation Center. So let's take a look at the plans for our new complex.
The new building will be built in the same location as the current building and upon a slightly larger footprint. The current auto shop will be relocated to an existing but refurbished building on the site, and other public works staff will be located in another existing public works building on site. As this animated architect's model shows, residents and visitors will have easy access to administrative, public, and police functions through the main Wells Road entrance. And although the police facility will share the main entrance with the administration, it will be self-contained and secure, running along the east side of the new building. This new layout will improve the safety of our police and will limit detainee access to township functions and the public. It will also provide adequate space for evidence storage and preservation. Staff parking and secured entrances will be available at the rear of and along the west side of the building. Administrative functions will move to the west side of the new building, all on one floor. The floor plan has been designed to give easy ground floor access to all of the staff functions while improving security and providing for growth. Continuing our animated architect's model tour, inside of the new building, we'll enter through the main entrance doors at the front of the building along Wells Road. Once inside, we see the public meeting room straight ahead, along with a small waiting lobby for visitors. To the right is the secured reception and lobby for the police department. Back in the visitors lobby, the current plan is that we will once again be able to enjoy our beautiful mural of Doylestown Township historic scenes. And now, as we move along the hallway and enter the new meeting room, we can see the supervisor's desk straight ahead of us, set in front of a stone wall displaying the township seal. The meeting room ceiling will be vaulted and employ open beams with dormer windows on both sides to allow natural light into the room. As we exit the meeting room, we can see the secured administration reception desk to our right, with the Wells Road exit straight ahead. The final piece of construction will be a new Parks and Recreation Activity Center to accommodate the many programs offered through our Parks and Recreation Department. The detailed plans for the center are still being developed and are not yet available to show you at this time.
So as you heard, the Board of Supervisors was faced with a building that no longer suited our needs. The infrastructure was aging, we had no space, and it was lacking in security. We concluded after much investigation and evaluation of our present and future needs that we needed to start over and rebuild right where we are. This building is coming down. Modular units situated over on the sports courts will serve as our temporary offices. It's our intention that township business will go on as usual with as little disruption to services as possible. As I said at the start, in 2018, we will be celebrating our bicentennial. It is our hope and inspiration for this project that we cut the ribbon and enter our new home as we conclude the celebration marking our first 200 years and begin the first half of the next centennial with the Township Administration Building we will be proud to call home. Thank you for listening. If you need more information regarding this project, please go to our website. We'll keep it constantly up to date, or simply call the Doylestown Township administrative offices. I want to give a special thank you to our Telecommunication Advisory Board who donated all their time and talent, expertise to making this video possible. Thank you.